So I just saw this thing on Facebook, and basically I'm pretty sure it was a fake picture. I'm sure it was, but it did look really cool and it looked realistic, and it happens to go with a lot of the theories that I've been hearing about, and my own theories to begin with about what were we expecting in the Batman 2. And this one specifically talks about Mr. Freeze. The first one I ever saw when it came to this type of idea or theory for the sequel actually had a picture of Bryan Cranston as Mr. Freeze, which wouldn't be that terrible. He's a phenomenal actor, and he's not like, I don't think there's an age on Mr. Freeze, so you can't be like, oh, he's too old or whatever. I mean, it'd be really cool. And when you really think about it, and I saw this in the comments, and it was like, oh man, I know that they introduced the Joker at the end of the Batman and everything. And everyone's always like, oh well, that's the big enemy. That's who we want to see. That's fine and everything, but we already have the Dark Knight. We already have a film where the Joker is the bad guy primarily. We have countless, comic book installations. We have countless, video games, cartoons, all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing: the one thing about Gotham that they've never really done is they've explored Gotham, and they did that in the Batman. So what a cool way to explore that would be, maybe fine, have the Joker in there, but have him like just kind of like there, and like, okay, he's gone again. And then save him for the third film, because I'm sure this is going to be a trilogy, which I'm completely fine with. But save him for the third film. Have him in there, because this wouldn't be uncommon to where you would run into multiple people at once, For all we know, the Riddler escapes, and we see him again. I mean, you see these kinds of people throughout all the, comic books installations and all that, and you see it to where, like, okay, at the beginning of the comic book, he's fighting the Scarecrow, but then really, the bad guy for this one is the Court of Owls, which was another one that was thrown out there. But the reason I'm going to talk about Mr. Freeze specifically is because if you guys remember, at the end of the Batman, the whole city was flooded. What a perfect opportunity for Mr. Freeze to come out and just blast everything with ice. And I mean, it would already be there. He wouldn't even have to find a way to, flood the city. It could just be there, and it could literally be, picking up a couple, days after the end of the Batman first film. And it would be really interesting, and it would be cool to see, a Mr. Freeze that didn't have stupid ice puns. Nothing against Arnold, you gotta love the guy, but that was really silly. It wouldn't, it would be kind of funny to see like a one or two, ice puns, just to kind of, bring back a little homage to that. But it would be also really cool to see Mr. Freeze as he's portrayed in the comic books and the cartoon animated series, because it would be a very cool, he's taken very seriously. He has a very clear motive of why he's wanting to do this, and it would be really nice to see something like that given to Mr. Freeze and give him some dignity, and also give him a ruthless, give Batman a ruthless villain again. That'd be really cool. I really want them to stay with this style of making Batman as serious as possible, because yes, while the Christian Bale, those films did take it seriously. I've said before, and I'll say it again, the Batman with, Matt Reeves is directing and Robert Pattinson on the helm of the Caped Crusader, that's Batman to me. I mean, outside of, because I think that probably the cartoon gets it the closest to the comic book, of course, because it's a cartoon still. But as far as a real life adaptation, it's the Batman. So why not continue in this way and take something who could be a little, kind of goofy as a bad guy, but give him a serious level of dignity and a serious role. I mean, it would be really awesome. Anyway, those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Any theories of who you think should be the bad guy? And don't get me wrong, I love the Joker, I really do, and I thought the Riddler was awesome, but we don't necessarily need another Joker film. Or if they're going to make it a trilogy, save him for the last one, because when we have the Dark Knight and other ones like I've mentioned, Mark Hamill is the Joker in countless adaptations where he does the voice. We don't need it, but if it comes out and that's the way it is, I'll take it, and I'll love to see it because I loved the first one, so I can't wait to see what they come up with next. But anyway, that's my thoughts. So talk about it in the discussion in the comments and let me know what you think, and hopefully we'll get a trailer in the next year or so. Take it easy.